You are the reason why you're not making more sales on Etsy. Not changes to the Etsy algorithm, not the economy, or any other excuse you can think of. You are the only reason why you are not making more sales on Etsy. And in this video, I'm going to share with you guys 5 reasons of why you're not making more sales on Etsy. What's up, guys? If you're new here, my name is Connor. I'm a full time Etsy seller. My wife and I own multiple Etsy shops, and we've done over $2 million in lifetime sales on Etsy. Over the last 12 months, we both quit our 9 to 5 jobs to go all out on our Etsy business. And this is what we do full time now. And we're sharing these videos to help you guys. In this video specifically, I'm not only talking to you guys, but I'm talking to myself. These 5 points that I'm going to share with you, they apply even to us today where we're at in our journey. And honestly, looking back 5 years ago, I wish someone would have told me these things as harshly as I'm going to say them today. And my heart is that it helps all of you and pushes you even closer to your goals. So let's jump right into today's video. So, reason number one, you're just not good enough yet. And that's okay. Alex Ramosi has a quote where he says, "Sometimes your best just isn't good enough, and that's okay." And I think that applies to all of us, no matter what stage we're at. We can all think to ourselves, we're trying to achieve the next level of success, and we're just not there yet. We haven't built the skill set, we haven't developed the skills necessary to get to that next level. And like I said, I think that applies to every stage of business that you're at, whether you're just getting started or you've done $2 million in sales like us. For example, we're trying to get to $3 million. We haven't developed the skills necessary yet to get to $3 million in sales on Etsy. We haven't developed the leadership skills to continue to build our team to get to that level. We're in the process of doing that. But right now, our best just isn't good enough. And each and every day, we're trying to get better. And so, if you're starting out on Etsy or you've been working on Etsy for a while and you're just not seeing the success that you want to have, just reflect and realize that it's going to take a lot of work. That right now, your best, the best that you can do, even if you feel like you're really working hard, is just not good enough yet because you don't have the reps, you don't have the experience, you don't have the hours, but you will over time. And you can outwork other sellers and you can get to those goals. You can get to the next stage. And I love what Lauren always says, be better than you were yesterday. And so, for those of you who don't know, we have 2 team members on our team. We have 2 virtual assistants who work for us and help us in our Etsy shops. And we meet with them daily on virtual Zoom calls each day, just kind of a daily check in, make sure everything's going smoothly in the shops, prioritize efforts and growth and adding listings to shops, all things like that. But every day when we have those meetings, and Lauren's running those meetings, by the way, they report to her. She's like the lead, the manager, and really runs the team. I couldn't do that. But at the end of each meeting, she always says, be better than we were yesterday. And it's become this motto on our team, right? And I think we've all just kind of embraced it of just consistently improving each and every day a little bit better than we were yesterday. And I think if you continue to do that, as long as you don't give up and you continue to show up each and every time that you're going to work on your Etsy business, if you keep getting better, you'll look back and you will have leveled up. You will have gotten to that next stage. But right now, you're probably just not good enough. And that's okay. Reason number 2 is you're just not actually working. And this one, I think, applies to a lot of you, and you may not even realize it. If you find yourself spending hours constantly watching YouTube videos about Etsy just like this one probably applies to you, unfortunately. And I've been there. I still find myself there, where it's very easy to get caught up in watching hours and hours of YouTube content, feeling like you're learning and absorbing all this information. But at the end of the day, you really haven't made any progress in your business. You haven't taken any action yourself to push your business forward. And so I really want to challenge you guys, stop spending so much time watching all these different YouTubers and all these different creators with different ideas. There's a lot of good information out there, but ultimately you need to do the hard work. No one else is going to do the hard work for you. And the only way the work's going to get done as a business owner, especially when you're new, is if you do it. You're right now, you're probably the only person working in your business, most of you watching this. And so the only way the business grows is if you put in hard work and work on your business. Watching YouTube videos is not going to get you to that next level. And I know a lot of you guys need to hear this right now. And I'm talking to myself in the past as well, because I've been there. I've spent hours and countless time watching pointless YouTube videos that really never pushed my business forward. Next, another trap that we often fall into is playing. And what I mean by that is playing with AI tools, playing with design softwares, just kind of like playing in the background, but never actually making any progress, never posting a listing. Like you could very easily spend all day playing in AI tools, whether that's trying to learn Midjourney or prompts in ChatGPT or Nano Banana. Whatever your favorite AI tool is, you could spend all day playing in those tools and never really actually make any progress in your business and get to the point where you post new listings. Or you're just playing and creating designs that real customers don't even want, right? They may be cool to you. It may be fun for you to learn how to use those AI tools, but when it ultimately comes down to is you're not actually working on your business. You feel like you're spending hours a day on your business potentially, but you're not. The active hours that you're actively working to push your business forward is very little. And I think a lot of us trick our minds to feel like we're working a lot on our business by distracting ourselves with these things, whether it's YouTube or playing with tools or AI programs, and we're not actually spending hours working on our business, which again is the only thing that's going to push our business forward is hard work, hour after hour. Reason number 3 is fear. Many of you are afraid of failing, and I've been there. At the beginning, it's really scary to start an Etsy shop. You don't know what you're doing, you have all these things that you need to learn, and you just don't know if it's going to work. But you can't let the fear of failing prevent you from even starting or moving forward. As an entrepreneur, you need to get really good at failing and getting up quickly, moving forward. You need to fail fast. The only way you're going to learn is to continue to fail and to continue to improve and to continue to grow. And so you need to get comfortable with failing. And I know a lot of you guys are paralyzed at the thought of failing. It's just really scary. I know I specifically worked with a seller one on one, and she was so afraid of failing that it prevented her from really even starting. She posted 2 listings and then ultimately completely gave up. 2 listings is nothing, it's like barely scraping the surface. And we had a conversation. I was like, why don't you keep working on your business? Like, you can absolutely do this. Anyone can do it. Any of you guys who are watching this can achieve what we've achieved. You just need to put in the time. And ultimately, what she told me was she was just afraid that if she spent the time, that it wasn't going to work. And it was so sad for me to hear that because she was just limiting her life potential, like what she could achieve through this business, the opportunities that would be open. And she was just so afraid that it wouldn't work, that she would fail. And so she just gave up completely. And I don't want any of you guys to feel that way. I don't want you guys to give up. You absolutely can do this. You can achieve the level of success that we've achieved and more. You just need to put in the time and the hard work and get comfortable with failing. We didn't know what we were doing at the beginning. We had to learn each of these things step by step over countless hours, over thousands of hours, over many years. It's taken us 5 years to get to where we are right now. And we've gotten comfortable failing fast. And so I know a lot of you guys need to hear this right now because you're probably on the verge of giving up. And I just hope that you don't give up because you can do this. So, real quick, if you guys are enjoying this video, I would really appreciate it if you guys went down and hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. YouTube analytics tell us that about 40% of you guys aren't currently subscribed. So if we've provided you any value in the past, or if you enjoy this video and would like future ones just like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Reason number 4 is you're just not doing enough volume. And this one's pretty straightforward, but oftentimes you're blinded by this one. You feel like you're putting in a lot of work, that you've spent hours and hours and hours actually working on your business, but at the end of the day, you really haven't done that much. When you zoom out, when you look years down the road, if you spent a few months on your Etsy shop, you really haven't put in that much work. It may feel like you've put in hundreds of hours already. Maybe you've worked full time for a few weeks. It feels like you've done a lot and you've posted your first 50 or 100 listings. But in the grand scheme of things, you've barely scraped the surface. Compared to the top Etsy sellers who have done thousands and thousands of listings, you've barely put in any effort. It feels like you've put in a lot, but you haven't done nearly the amount of volume that you need to. Now, oftentimes, many new Etsy sellers have an extreme example of this. So I've worked with many sellers who post their first 5 Etsy listings, say, and then they wonder, why haven't I gotten any sales? And it's only been like a week or 30 days. And I often have to have this conversation with them that as an Etsy seller now, we don't even test a new product category until we have 100 listings. So that's 20 times more input compared to their 5 listings, right? And so the level of effort is just a level of magnitude greater than what many of you guys are putting in. And I want to further illustrate this by giving you guys an example of where we're at and where we're looking to go. So we look up to other Etsy sellers who are far beyond where we're at right now. And we have 3 Etsy shops right now. There's other Etsy sellers who have 6, 7, 8 Etsy shops, have a full team of virtual assistants, and are running a very big scale operation. And we look up to those shops, and that's where we're wanting to go. Right. And so this applies to us as well, but it was a huge reminder to me of this concept of we're just not doing enough volume when I was studying some of those shops. So, for example, one of these sellers, I think, has like 7 or 8 shops, and I was tracking the number of new listings they had over a 6 month period. And I compared that to our shop. They had posted like 3,000 new listings. And I don't just mean like mass uploading listings, these are high quality, research based designs, high quality print on demand listings on Etsy, equal or better quality to the ones that we're currently posting in our listing, but at scale, 3,000 listings across 7 or 8 shops. And when I compared that to how many listings we had posted over that period, it was like 300 new listings. Probably the same quality, right? It took tons and tons of time to output that high quality between Lauren and I. But it clicked in my mind at that point that we're just not doing nearly enough volume. They were doing 10 times the amount of volume, and it just wasn't possible with just me and Lauren. And that's when we really started to lean in to training our team to help them also launch products so that we could grow much quicker and get to the scale necessary to do the amount of volume needed to operate at that scale across multiple shops. And so I know a lot of you guys, that's way beyond where you're at right now. You're just focused on your one shop, you're a one person operation, and that's okay. But I want to remind you guys that you probably haven't done nearly enough volume to complain yet, to give up yet. If you haven't done hundreds and hundreds of listings yet on your own in a product category and continue to improve after each one, you probably aren't ready to give up, or you shouldn't give up yet, because you just haven't put in the amount of effort, the amount of time, the number of listings to build the skill set necessary. And it goes back to point one, right? You're just not good enough. And a lot of times you need to do more volume until you are good enough to have that success in whatever product you're working on. Reason number 5 is you're just not working on the right things. And this is another big problem that I see across many Etsy sellers. They're either focused on the wrong product, they're focused on the wrong niches, they're designing designs that they like and that real customers don't like. And so their efforts, while they may be working on their business, producing new listings, right? And so I would really encourage you guys to take a step back from where you're at and seriously ask yourself the question, am I selling a product that's in high demand? Are there tens and tens of thousands, even millions of customers on Etsy right now who want to buy my product? Is there proven data out there of other shops that have been very successful selling the product that I'm trying to sell? If that's the case, then probably continue with your product. You can see the same level of success that those other sellers have had. But if you're selling a product and you can't find examples of other shops selling that very successfully, and you're trying to be the first one to do it, that's really hard to do, especially on a platform like Etsy. So I would seriously question if you should continue with that product. Same thing with the niches and the designs. Are you selling in niches that there's high demand, that there's lots of active buyers currently looking for products in that niche? If so, continue posting in those niches. But if not, you probably want to seriously reflect and question if you should continue working and posting in those niches if there's very little customers or if any at all. And then same thing with designing. Are you studying the market? Are you studying your potential customer? Or are you just creating designs that you like? And a lot of Etsy sellers struggle with this. It's a big hurdle that many sellers need to get over at the very beginning of their journey, where we often start designing things in styles that we like, things that we would maybe buy ourselves. But oftentimes, these aren't the things that real customers want to buy on the Etsy marketplace. And so, seriously reflect on that. Are you creating designs in similar styles and layouts to what real customers are buying currently on Etsy today? The next thing I want to highlight here related to not working on the same thing is working on tasks that aren't your current problem. A lot of Etsy business owners at the beginning start to make this mistake early on, and I'm guilty of this as well. I like to be the visionary in our business and look far ahead where we're headed and just plan things out. And I can really distract myself by focusing my time and efforts on things way down the road that aren't currently on my plate. They're not real problems today. And I waste my time on those future things when I should be focused on what's currently on my plate. What's most important to growing my business today? And for example, an example of this might be at the very beginning. You may be so concerned about understanding the process from A to Z, how the order comes in, how it's fulfilled through your production partner, all those little details, which aren't super important at the very beginning because you don't have a sale yet. So all your effort should be focused on just getting a sale. You can figure out all those little details later on. So that's a little example. Another example that I often see is people so tied up in the numbers, in the finances, and they'll create these incredible spreadsheets, right? They're very comfortable in Excel or spreadsheets, and they spend all this time like tracking all the data for their very little orders. And the problem is, you spend all this time analyzing your business, but at the end of the day, you don't really have a business. And so, spend all of your time focused on your current problem. And for many of you, your current problem right now is you don't have enough sales. So spend all your time focusing on generating more sales. And when you have so many sales that you don't know what to do, then we'll help you solve the next problem. But right now, focus on the problem that's on your plate. So if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate some feedback on this little new style format here. I just really wanted to give you guys a heart to heart and give you that harsh talk because honestly, I need to hear it where I'm at right now. And I know looking back 5 years ago, I wish someone would have told me some of these things, like I said at the beginning. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Let me know down in the comments below. And thanks for watching as always.